Hello guys, this is Danipsv and welcome to my first motorstorm guide about Neb and Razorback Big Rig. First of all, happy 75th birthday to Remsfire69. With that, I believe he is the oldest stormer among us. And this might be a little late to introduce a guide, but better late than never, right? So before you can tackle Razorback Rig, I'm going to start you off by explaining what Neb actually is a bit. And for some of you this is peanuts, but for others there still is confusion. First of all, Neb has nothing to do with braking. It has everything to do then getting a higher speed than your engine can get. Some people say it's a glitch, but actually all Neb is the laws of physics doing their work. You see, when a rig rolls down a hill, its engine can create a certain amount of brake horsepower that can keep the wheels going at a certain amount of speed. So let's just say the rig can do 220 whatever. But when the rig is rolling down the hill, its mass will increase its own speed. So let's say the speed could go up to 250. So by applying the accelerator, so pressing the holding your foot on the gas yourself, all you would be doing is braking the rig's flow and slowing it down. And by releasing the accelerator, you can allow it to reach its maximum speed. Thus, the no engine brake. The engine doesn't slow you down. That's what Neb is all about. And I will show you an example of how to Neb on the infamous track where Neb was born, the Edge. It's not Blackwall's video because I couldn't be asked to download it. It's the only Neb video, the only Edge video I found on my computer, so it's my own creation. And it's not perfect, but it's good enough to show you what I mean. So here's a rig approaching the Neb corner. It takes it and it starts boosting downhill. Now, freeze for a second. This is what I am doing. These are the buttons I'm pressing. No accelerator, just boosting and steering. This way I will get the maximum speed. See, the rig is rolling, rolling, rolling. About to reach Gironi, who is still very, very active in MSPR these days, and stop. See, I've maxed out. And that was the Neb part. No accelerator, just boosting and steering. Now I shall explain coasting as well. Coasting is basically just one button less. You don't accelerate, you don't boost, you just use the speed you carried to save that boost. So the only buttons I'm pressing after this point are, of course, actually the analog stick or the D-pad for users who prefer that. And then I roll on and on and on and on very comfortably until I start boosting again at that point. So that was Neb for you a bit. And now we've covered that, I shall explain Razorback Rig to you guys. Right guys, now we're going to tackle the beast. Razorback Rig it is. First of all, I will not start at the start of the track, but I will show you your time attack starting position first for anyone who wants to improve their time. This is the time attack run-up, just about the place where you start. And what you will be needing to do is, I find that you have to drive a few meters first before you actually start boosting. This bit is not too hard. You can either keep the accelerator on or off. All you need to do is get to the finish line in time attack without having to max twice from this spot. Maxing once should be acceptable. Then I will show you, with the help of the best Razorback Rig video out there at the moment. I borrowed it from Lewis Hamilton for educational purposes. I will show you how to get around the track, and we will make 13 little photographic stops to help you understand the track better. Now, this is Lewis's starting position. Of course, the Razorback starting grid shouldn't be too hard. Now, he just rolls off casually towards the corner here, And what I need to tell you is that with the rig, everything is linked together. So we're going to freeze it for a moment here, but everything is linked. So whatever you do, you maintain speed by keeping all the rig's wheels on the ground, and that could cost you like seconds, literally. One bounce is just lethal for the rig speed. So first of all, we're going to freeze it here, and it's the left corner, but you see Lewis casually driving off to the right into the billboards. This is kind of what you should be aiming for in time attack as well, though you have very high speed. And what you're going to do is you're going to tap handbrake, and you're going to steer back quite hard to the other side, to the left. Then you're going to boost a bit and finally slam to get the rig into line. Now this is also known as the swinging method to take a corner. You shift the rig's weight to one side and then shift it back to the other, and usually do a slam as well in these corners to maintain speed. And that's what we're going to see happen here. And there he goes, the slam, and he's off. Now Lewis is just boosting up the hill casually, going, and freeze it again. Now what we've seen here, what you may or may not have seen, is Lewis just delaying his max boost for a second. You may rewind it by all means, but you see the boost bar casually going up. Quite hard to see because Lewis chooses to keep his boost bar half transparent. But just before maxing out, he just delays it for a moment, and that has everything to do with the jump that he's going to be facing after this uphill. Because, as I said, the rig needs to keep maximum speed without bouncing, and by delaying this max boost as well, both in time attack as well as in free play, you can keep the rig at good speed through the first split. So now you see Lewis boosting up the hill. 6 beat max boosts are essential to keep high speed. Here's his last one. He goes over the jump and stop. What we just saw was, as he landed the jump, the rig was slightly bobbing forward. And what does the bobbing indicate? The bobbing basically indicates that you landed good. Because if the rig's rear wheels end up too much before the puddle, so just half the rig lands in the puddle, you're going to lose your speed because the backside bounces up. So you need to delay that first max boost on the uphill in order to get those back wheels landed well half into this puddle to keep good speed out of the puddle. Now what we're going to do in this corner is take it quite tightly, staying close to the trees and saving your boost. Just save all of it. Don't turn too harshly because the rig will slide, but stay close to the trees. Lewis is saving, and stop once again. What we can see here is the boost tank is practically empty, and yours should be as well when you arrive at this point. And then Lewis starts boosting again, and this is where the magic starts to happen. One of the key parts of this track is neb, and well, this is where he starts nebbing. So what I've showed you earlier, when I mean neb, I mean no accelerator, no brakes of course, only boosting and steering. A good marker to know when to start boosting is those group of boulders on the right. Basically your boost tank should be just about empty when you're next to them. Lewis starts boosting a bit earlier. Here he goes, just casually going around the hill, and stop again. One of the most essential parts of this track is the tunnel entry, because with the rig you go through the tunnel. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to split this video into two again, which is bloody annoying. Oh well. You can see on the right the little yellow MotorStorm sign just next to Lewis's rig. That is where your rig should be when entering, when going off this little jump. Basically scraping that sign, because when you make that little slight left and then right across the open plane. This is where you want to finish in order to have a good line to get into the tunnel. So aim for the flagpole with sort of the right rear view mirror of the rig. I'll be back shortly. Just stopping the camera for a moment.